Thank you, Fanar. Good morning. Thank you, thank you. I was, yeah, I just started right away. Basically, we have, yeah, because this afternoon I can stream a bit less, so I'm thinking to do a bit this morning. So basically, it's this check. I mean, it's a bit weird that I have to do it twice, but yeah, we have to do the same, left hand or right hand. You know what? You know what I will do? I think I will just do this. I think I will just do this. I will say for some reason, you know, the current keep likes and doesn't catch the login time. So yeah, I will do it this way. I will do it this way, which is so I put all the checks in one place, and I think it's fine. So we don't have to replicate this code twice, right? I just you can do it this way. What is the problem here? Why it doesn't like this? Get category on PS item. Yeah. Why don't like it? Why ID is private or what? He added. Oh shit. He added. PS character somewhere. I don't know. Could be. Okay. Anyway. Probably because PS item was not known. That's possible. Yeah, and we have to do the same, right, for the other hand. Same for the left hand. Okay, let me try this way. I don't know. I mean, there is a bit of a patch, right? Because in theory, it should should properly replicate that value, but for some reason is not at the beginning. I don't understand why. So I'm doing this kind of fix, this kind of patching to force this variable, which is as phishing tool equipped to true, right? On the client side, also at login. Let's see if that helps. Hello, making real things. I just sent you a message in Discord. I didn't notice my message. In Discord, okay. Thank you. And yeah, because in Discord, I see the notification here on the screen, but it doesn't do blink blink because when you're streaming, you are in kind of a streaming mode, and in streaming mode, everything is different. So some of the notifications are hidden. We are still working on phishing. This phishing project became a game inside a game, right? So, but yeah, I want to try to do it right so that it's actually complete. We have a lot of stuff in PlaneShift that is like working, but not really complete, right? So like, yeah. And this phishing game, I'm trying to do the best I can to have it like complete. But it takes time. I mean, we are working on it already since like 2 weeks or so. And there is still quite some stuff to do. But we're getting there. Yeah, definitely getting there. So what we want to see here is if there's no music as well. I mean, sometimes the audio is all fucked. Every time you restart your PC, Windows mess up with the audio ports. And the volume, by the way. Like now the volume is super low for whatever reason. Because I have the volume down here. Okay, let's try to keep it this way. Okay, so let's see if when I log in, so now if I can immediately, with my fishing rod on the right hand, if I can immediately fish. Yes, now it works. Okay, so we fixed it. I mean, it's a bit weird, right, that it doesn't replicate, but okay. Well, this can be the old method, though. Wait. No. We need to test it here. We need to test it here, because that one is the new method. No, it is the old. Yeah, it works. Because here we are outside of the normal range. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, nice. That is fixed. There was a bad one. Okay, so now the thing we need to do. The thing we need to do next is let me plan it first, and then we do it. Before that. So so now I really need the multi-area functionality, right? So basically I need to make, which is an extension of, no, none of that. So make natural resources for fishing multi-fish, right? Because at the moment is one area, one fish, and it's not enough. We need one area, multiple fishes. So this requires the creation of the new table that, by the way, we created already, so that's easy. The creation of this new table. What the? Can I copy the name? No. Okay. Anyway, is natural resource fishes. Natural resource fish. Natural resource or natural resources? Natural resources fish. Okay, so it requires the creation of this table, and it is done, but then now it requires the loading of that table, right? Which absolutely we don't have, right? So loading of the new table data. This means we need to extend, we need to probably create a new struct which keeps this new data in. And then we need to change the way the fish is randomized, right? And that is the hard, well, yeah, kind of the hard part. So, yes. So this is kind of the, yeah, this is kind of the stuff, right? And then we need the start of the mini game, and then we need to pass all the parameters to the mini game, meaning pass the PS parameter, PS char, PS parameters to the mini game. So we have to pass the skill, we have to pass the bait, we have to pass. What do we have to pass? The skill, the bait. Well, the actual fish, right? The actual fish, which is the randomization, and then we need to pass the difficulty parameters as well. Javid is a YouTuber who explains some basic C++ from time to time, and you do tutorial video C++. Okay, so watching plays also good, like to programming and game design. Yeah, well, if you really want to learn C++ from the start, right, this stream probably is not the best. because I basically work on the game. I'm not doing a tutorial or anything, right? So I'm just progressing with the game. So you see me working on it, but I'm explaining while I work, but I'm not, you know, going step by step. And just and also our code is fairly evolved already, so this is very weird anyway. That I have to do this is very weird, but I mean, at this point I don't care. I mean, if it works, it works. Okay, so right, and you see that now he's saying you don't see a good place to fish. So this means that he's actually doing the check. Yes, he's actually doing the check, the proper check on the range, but it's not okay. Okay, fine. So let me think how to attack this, right? How to attack this. So we need a make natural resources for fish multi-fish, creation of the table. So the creation of the table is actually done. That's the good news. So loading of the new table data. Yep. The first question I have is this table final? I mean, nothing is final in life, but when natural results AT, ID, item ID, recording name, probability, skill level, mean quality, max quality, mean weight, max weight, mean scale, max scale. I think at the moment we have everything I can think of. The only, I think one thing we should reason on is, am I really going to do the probability this way? Or am I going to do the probability because what I was thinking is this, right? What I was thinking is this. If I have my... what I was thinking is this. So let's say that we have this lake, right? This lake. In this lake, you can fish the carp, right? You can fish the Ida fish, and you can fish maybe a rare one, right? So the jester fish, right? Now you can say, oh, this fish has 0.5, this fish has 0.2. Why change the font? Why decided to change the font? 0.2 and this one or 0.3, right? And this one is 0.2, right? So you can say, bro, why the size of the font is not the same as the left? Holy shit. Okay, fine. For whatever reason it's not aligned. Or it is. Maybe it is. It looks smaller. It is smaller. I think it changed the font type. Okay, anyway. So you can do it this way and say this is 100%, right? And you just randomize based on this, and that's fine. But the problem is that based on the player skill, right? Based on the player skill, we want to cut off, right? Like if your player skill is lower than a certain value, and I think it's already like this in game, right? If I open the game and I look at the fishing skill, it's already saying at this skill you can fish this and this and this fish, and right? I think it's already done this way, but it's not really implemented properly, right? So that's the, if I go under jobs, fishing, you see that like we have like two, he's saying you have a good chance of fishing trouts, and here you say you have a good chance of fishing breams and perch, right? So, but it is not really implemented the way it should, right? So, but this was the idea. And here you have a good chance to fish daisies and copper noses, right? Crayfishes, and so on, right? Which I think I like, right? So I think I like that your skill is anyway gouging the possibility to catch a certain fish, right? I think it makes sense. Otherwise new players could go and fish the most rare fishes, even with low chance, you know, and I think it will be not very scalable system. So we need this kind of, so what do we need? We need this kind of cutoff, right? We need a cutoff based on the skill. So how do we do that? So I have my list of fishes, and I have another table that is telling me where is the cutoff, Yeah, I need to do it. So, or do I do it on this table? Well, if I do it on this table, it's a bit stupid because I will have to redo it over and over and over and over for all the fishes, for all the locations, right? So every location will have, for example, oh, this one is limited to skill 50, this one is limited to skill 60, this one limited to skill 100, right? So that would be stupid because I will have to put it on every line of this table, right? Which is not great, but at the same time, then where the hell do I put it? Well, actually, I should put it on the ability, because the ability, which is what you see in this table, right? What you see in this window is actually in the database, right? So it's not that and that thing is inside skills abilities, I guess. Yeah, skills abilities, right? Skills abilities is defining so, for example, if I search carp fisher, right? There it is, carp fisher. So this is the ability that you get on the skill ID 58, which is actually fishing. So you get on this line, on this fishing line. Oh wow, what time of the day makes the best catch? Holy shit. The time of the day, we also want to have the time of the day. Like at night, you have different fishes. Oh my god. Can you show bad names, bad words table? Why? I mean, they're all the insults. It's like fuck, like bastard, like shit, like what? So basically, if you type shit in game, let me try. Well, maybe for me it works, but in theory is filtered out, right? So if you type shit, you get like asterisks, like star, right? I think so. Bitch. But maybe I can do it because I'm GM. I'm not completely sure. Set me player. If I do set me player, I basically become a player, but it's not really true. I can still say bitch. I don't know. I mean, we used. Yeah, I think that table is populated anyway. It is, but I don't know if it works for GMs. Probably not. Probably not. Okay. In theory, it should work for GMs as well. Do we want the time of the day to make the catch? That would be insane, though. So, like, there are certain fishes that you can fish only at night. That would be kind of fun, though. Like the most, but how can player know? Like the most colored one. Maybe they move only at night. Do the fish sleep or not? I don't know. I don't know if the fishes are sleeping. Wild fish does not sleep in the same way that land mammals do. Most fish do rest. Research showed that fish may reduce their activity and metabolism while remaining alert to danger. Some fish float in place, some wedge themselves into a secure spot, some even locate a suitable nest. Fuck, these guys do not sleep. Imagine not sleeping ever, your whole life. Because I want to set my name Hitler. Well, as soon as you set your name as Hitler, a GM in-game will ask you to change it. So this is something that we do regularly. So like there are people that are calling themselves a very stupid way, and we want to have role-playing names I mean, kind of medieval names, right? So if someone, even if you call yourself Elon Musk, you know, a GM will ask you to change it. So you will not be able to be named Elon Musk. I mean, it's not that the name is offensive; it's just that the name doesn't fit the lore, right? And so nothing that exists, or if you want to be called microchip, right, or microwave, right? So you cannot. You cannot. We're gonna change your name. Well, we will ask you to change your name, right? But you will have to comply. You will have to comply. You can choose your new name, but you will have to comply. It's incredible that fishes are not sleeping. They remain motionless for a period of time. They lay on the bottom of an object. So in reality, I mean, if we do fishes by time of the day, it is not really respecting nature the way it works, right? Because they, I mean, if they see a bait, they may still catch it, right? Because they are still alert. They don't close their eyes, right? They don't close their eyes. They don't sleep. Do fish close their eyes? No, fish cannot close their eyes. But this guy is saying even when they are asleep, fish cannot close their eyes. Do fish have feelings? That's fantastic. Do fish have feelings? This review showed that fishes have a range of emotions and feeling, including fear and distress. You see? Fishes have feelings, yeah. Well, I think everything has feelings. Do fish feel pain when cut? Well, I assume yes. Absolutely. Fish do feel pain. It's like different from what humans feel, but it's a kind of a pain. Yeah, for sure they feel pain. I mean, how does a fish sleep? Do fish sleep? There's a lot of so some fish are sleeping, others are not sleeping, but for them sleeping means just standing still for a bit, right? And I don't know even for how much. So, I knew how to solve your issue without seeing you coming a solution, thinking in terms of problem, show programming, and this problem, as I've seen before. I think a solution to get things to it. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of problem solving. Programming is a lot of problem solving because you can start to, you always have to, you always have to define your problem and then dissect it or split it in sub problems, right? And this is what this roadmap does for me, right? So I have to do the new fishing, okay, but if you start to think new fishing overall is too much, you cannot do it. I mean, it's impossible. It's too big, right? So you need to start to say, okay, what are the steps? What are the pieces, right? Piece by piece that enable it. And usually programmers work in iterations. I mean, it's very unlikely that a programmer can create, the whole thing in one shot, right? So you build it in small pieces and then you put together the pieces. So you create a thing, you create another thing, you create another thing, you create another thing, and then you start to put them together, right? And maybe you start to put together these two pieces and then they see if they work, and if they work as a single piece well, then you put it together with this other piece, right? And this becomes, this, and then you put it together with this, and then it finally becomes one thing. So usually this is how you work. I mean, and this is the same that we did here with the fishing prototype, right? So I created a mini game outside of our game because it's too much to integrate at the beginning. So I guess so this question is valid, right? So how do we do the cutoff by skill? So I think that the answer is that in the database because here there is basically no there is no possibility on this table to specify something, right? Like yeah, because I do it well. Yeah, because at the moment I do it on I do it in the code, but wouldn't be so much better if I do it here. Like for example, like prospect plants. That's a good example, right? Prospect plants. If I search prospect plants in my code, you will see something very ugly. Maybe I'd call this slightly different, but let me do this. Yeah, exactly. So these are, right? These are all the IDs of all the plants, right? And I have it in the code, and it's a bit annoying. I mean, I should not have it in the code. I should not have this list, right? I should not have this list. And then I have these two lists, right? This list is the prospect plants, and the second list is prospect rare plants, right? That is examine rare plants. And so basically I put it in the code, right? And I think it's not a great idea to have all these ideas coded in the code. So if I could do it, the only problem, the benefit of doing this is that I have all the names and such, so I can refer to it. But in theory, what I'm thinking is that if I have an extra field right here in the database, which is actually called extra info, and I just put it there, and I just load it when I load the skill, that would be probably better. I will still need this array. I mean, I can start to do it with the fishes, because let me think about it. So let's say that we want to do it with the fishes. So if we want to do it with the fishes, we say, oh, if you are a carp fisher, right? In the extra info, we put the ID of the carp, right? So what does it mean? It means that here no, not here. It means that I have like carp fisher, right? And carp fisher is saying you can you can 2210, right? You can fish 2210. And then I have, because there are multiple ones as well, right? There are some that are multiple, so yeah, I have to think about this. Because otherwise we don't do it right. Breams and perch. So for example, this one, well, yeah, anyway, I mean, whatever is the name, right? They will have to be, they will all have to be changed, right? They will have to all to be changed. So at the moment, because we have all different fishes now, so let's say that this one is enabling whatever 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 and 4 4 4, whatever. There are two type of fishes, right? So we have this definition in the extra info, and I'm storing in the extra info together with the skill, because I will have to do it. Yeah, I will have to do it together with the skill. So I will register together with the skill. Fuck this bug of the character mode. Together with the skill. I will store which are the fishes that you can fish, okay? And the skill is obviously as a kind of a ranking. So this one is saying, you know, 10 you can fish that, 30 you can fish that, right? So this is pretty much how it works, right? So there is the skill, and these are the fish IDs, right? So this I can do easily because I have it here. I already have the skill, I already have the skill rank. I just need to add the extra info, right, with the fishes ID, and I can do that. Now the question is, how do I relate this to this? How do I relate this to this? So basically, so this is the probability. It is the probability, right? Which is 0.5%, so 5%, 50%, 30%, 20%. And then I need somehow to relate this to this, right? How do I do it? Well, I mean, because here I just roll a dice, right? Here I just roll a dice from 0 to 1. So I will have to cut off my list based on this. So, well, this for sure has the ID. Yeah, this has the ID 100%, right? So in reality, this thing is more than that. So he has the ID. So for example, he has the 2210, right? And let's assume that this is 123 and this is 444, right? I mean, they are not, but let's assume they are. Right? So in this case, what do we do? Because the problem is the order, right? The problem is the order, and I mean, does the order matter? No, I don't think it matters. Because I will have to check, because every skill is specifying the one that you can fish, is not specifying all the previous ones. So for example, if you are at 30, you can also fish the carpfish, obviously, right? So I will have to go back, unless I put them all, but I don't think it's a great idea. I mean, I could, in the copperfish nose, I could say 2 to 10 as well, right? I could have 2 to 10 here as well. Otherwise, I have to go back to all the previous skills and see. No, I think I need to keep the full list. If I keep the full list, it's a bit easier. So that this one also has 2 to 10, just because it's higher than this. But do I do it specifically for fishing? Because if I do the extra info for every skill, that will not be applicable for every other skill. That's not great. That's not great. Is there a better way? Because, okay, let's assume for a second that I have the full list, right? So that here there is also 20 to 10. If I have the full list, then I go in, then I put this into kind of an array or something, and I just strike out all the lines, right, that are not in my list. And when I got that, I have to rescale this probability to 1, right? Or not. So let's say, for example, that you can only fish these 2 fishes. you can only fish the 0.5 and the 0.2, right? So what does the probability becomes? Yeah, I just have to rescale it to 1, I guess. Right? So I do 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 tends to 1 like x tends to 0.7. So I have to do 0.5 by 0.7. Yeah, 0.5 by 0.7, right? So if I do 0.5 by 0.7, if I do 0.5 by 0.7 is 0.35. So in the new world, this will be a 0.35 probability. And 0.2 by 0.7 will be a 0.14 probability. No, it doesn't match. No, that doesn't work. What? Huh? No, it doesn't work. And no, because the total must be 0.7. Well, unless I sum these up and then I roll until the total of these two. But I think the idea was that the total was 0.7 or not? I mean, is this the same proportion of this? That is pretty much the question, right? So I need to keep the rarity the same. So if I now roll a dice of 0.14 plus 0.35, which is 0.49. If I roll a dice from 0 to 49, does this two have the same probability of this two when rolled until 1? Because if I strike this line and I just do roll a dice on 0.7, I think it's a different probability, right? Because... Is it? I really don't know. If I roll... Because I have to remove one fish, right? I have to remove one fish, but keep the same probability. How do I do it, guys? Should I ask ChatGPT? Because I have to solve this puzzle here. I mean, I think the scaling to the total... No, but scaling to the total is wrong. No, this is wrong. Scaling to the total is wrong, because scaling to the total, I am again in the same position of 0.7 being the total, and so 0.5 and 0.2 are expanding, right? Are expanding. I don't want them to expand. Well, they can expand, but no, they can't expand. They can expand, but they have to keep the same proportion. Yeah, exactly. They have to keep the same proportion. Can I roll a random in Excel? Or can I roll a random? Well, I mean, the random is the average, right? So what? How do I know? I mean, can I test it by rolling 1,000 dices? Yeah, I can. If I roll 1,000 dices, I'm getting the average, right? So if I roll 1,035 dices, I will get as an average 35 divided by 2, right? So I will get 17.5. I don't know exactly where I'm going with this. Because my problem is the proportion with the other guy. Yeah, the proportion with the other guy is easy, boys. Is 0.5 divided by 0. So if I do 0.2 divided by 0.5, right, I get a number. And if I do this divided by this, I should get the same number, right? Exactly. So it's correct. Hello, Kappa votes. Oh wow, you are a person. I always thought you were a bot. I always thought you were a bot. Why my face is like that? Why my face is like eh. Because the webcam went GG. Okay, the webcam is okay again. Yeah, I always thought you were a bot. I don't know, the name was like, and you were never speaking. Okay, so I think it's correct, right? So because I mean, this is 1/4 of this. So if this is 1/4 of this, or anyways, 40% of this, it means it's correct. So I can just multiply. So I take my probability and I multiply it by the sum of the ones that I want to keep, right? So if I want to keep 0, 3 and 0, 2, I will do 0.3 multiplied by 0.5, which is 0.15, right? And this one I will do the same. I will do 0.2 multiplied by 0.5, which is the sum of these two, right? And it is 0.1. And so now I have only these two fishes to randomize, right? And I will roll a dice until the top. I mean, I will roll a dice from 0 to 0.5. No, from what? I will roll a dice from 0 to 0.25, summing up these two numbers. And the proportion should be the same, right? Because 0.2 divided by 0.3 is this number, and 0.1 divided by 0.15 is the same number, right? So I have the same proportion between this and this. Yeah, but the problem is it the same proportion to the total? Well, but I don't have the carp anymore, so I don't care about that. So, but why I have to transform it this way? Why I don't just roll? Why don't I just roll the total? Yeah, I think this is completely useless. This thing is completely useless. I can just roll the total and GG, no? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh my god, fuck. So the question is, if I'm getting 50% carp, 30% ide, and 20% jester fish, right? In one lake, and then in another lake I only have these two, let's say, or due to my skill I only have these two, the ide and the jester fish, right? Only these two. Then how should I randomize to keep the jester fish the same rarity? I mean, the same rarity compared to the full set, or the same rarity compared to the lake? How about instead of giving carp, you don't give anything, you have the same thing? Hey, that would be the easy one, but no, I want to... No, you always need to get something if you win the minigame. That would be easy, right? So we substitute 0.5 with nothing, but that's not the way I want to do it. So if you go to a lake, right, and these ones are too hard for you to fish, because you don't have the right bait, because you don't have, you know, whatever, these two fishes will not just show up, will never show up, will never hook. Will never hook, so you will always get carp at the beginning. So as a new player, you will always get carp. So carp must become 100%, right? So which basically means that, yeah, let's do this example, right? If I only want carp, I can just randomize this 0.5 to be 1, right? So I can just randomize between 0 and 0.5. I mean, with one fish is easy to think about it. But with two fishes, so if I have carp and ide, and this was, the proportion between the two was this before, now how much is in my, I don't know, I have to ask ChatGPT. Will probably give me a wrong answer, by the way. It will probably give me a wrong answer. I know already. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I have a mini game where the player catches some fishes. I define which fishes is getting based on his skill. So we have the carp fish with skill 10, the ide fish with skill 20, the jester fish with skill 30. I define the probability of the fishes in a specific lake. Do I do it by lake or do I do it by... Yeah, I do it by lake, yes. I define the probability of the fish in a specific lake. For example, in the Emerald Lake, I have carp. Wait, let's do it exactly like in our example. I have carp 50%. I have carp 50%. Ide 30%. Ide fish 30%. Jester fish 20%, right? 20%. Now, so this is the easy part, right? So if a player with skill 30 fishes in that lake, I will just randomize between 0 and 100%, and I know which fish he got. But if I have another player with skill 20, you did it correct? The 1/3 and 2/3 answer is how you normalize it. You think I did it correct? But if I did it correct, then this is the same as just rolling on the total. So what do you mean? But I have another player with skill 20 coming to the same lake, right? Skill 20 coming to the same lake. How can I randomize only carp and ide, but keep the same, I don't know if you will get it, the same probability? The problem is that I don't know what I want, right? Do I want to keep the same probability of rarity of the IDE compared to the original and so expand the carp, or do I want to keep the same proportion? That is what I don't know. What do I want? The problem is that I don't know what I want. So considering that the skill of the player is lower, right? Do we want the IDE fish to be harder to get? Or do we want the IDE fish to be exactly the same as before compared to the carp? So if before was 50-30, now is 50-30 on the top of 80 instead of the top of 100, which means that it expands, right? Is larger, but the proportion stays the same. Because, sorry, wait a second, because my brain is not computing this. So if I do 0.2 out of 0.5, 0.2 out of 0.5, it is 0.4. It's not 0.1, but 0.4 is still the same of 0.1 divided by 0.15, right? Oh fuck, it's not. No, what do you mean? 0.1 divided by 0. Is the reverse? What? I'm super confused now. So if I only have two fishes, can I just randomize on the total of the probability or not? I just sum the probability and I randomize or not? If I have another player with skill 20 coming to the same lake, how can I randomize only the carp and ide but keep the same probability between the two fishes? Go, ChatGPT, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it, ChatGPT. I believe in you. I believe in you. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Okay. So you can handle the situation by normalizing the probability of the available fishes for the player skill level. Yeah, exactly. This is what I was trying to do. Filter the available fishes. Determine which fishes the player is eligible to catch based on the skill. Exactly. For a skill of 20, you have these two available and this is not available. Exactly. So I summing up the probability of the fishes, 50 and 30 to 80. Then I normalize the probability, so adjust the probability to sum the 100%, which is basically what I did with my 0.1501, right? 50 divided by, wait, 50? Huh? Ah, yes. Yes. 50 divided by 80. Yeah, exactly how I did it. Yeah, this is exactly how I did it. 50 divided by 80. And then randomize on the normalized probability. Okay, you did it like I did it. So is this correct? Okay, let's assume that is correct. We spend enough time on it. Good job, bro. It is correct. Okay. I don't know. In my brain is still. I'm still thinking, is this larger than before? I mean, it is larger, but it's obviously on a different scale, up to 100. So if the proportion between this and this is still the same, I think we are good. Okay. Okay, so if we solve this problem, so the solution of this problem is to basically rescale the probability, whatever is said here, right? Yeah, adjust the probability so their sum is 100%. So that's basically the solution, right? Right. And then randomize up to the sum, right? And then randomize between again, well, between 0 and 100. Well, in my case, it was not 0 and 100. Why? I didn't do it right then. What do you mean? What? If I do 0.3 divided by 0. So let's take the first two, okay? Let's take the first two. If I do 0.5 divided by 0.8, there is 0.62. Ah, okay, now it's correct, yeah. And I do 0.3 divided by 0.8 is okay, we sum up to 1. And then I randomize up to 1. Okay. I don't know what are these numbers. But anyway, that was the idea. Fuck this number. These numbers are wrong. Okay, but anyway, the idea was correct. So if we solve this problem so that we know what is the probability in each lake based on the skill. So now the only question is, do we specify the fishes on the skill table or not? I think would be very nice. But then how do I make this generic? Because yeah, that's the issue. Because when I arrive here, right, and I have okay, let's assume that we have all that done, right? We have all that done. So we have the extra info, we can load it in. We go on a lake. Well, we should probably do the part where I actually load the data, because otherwise we are too far from the solution. But let's assume that we have the data loaded already, so that my natural resource I mean, anyway, I need multi-fishes, so I think we can start to do the multi-fish loading, and that will simplify my thinking, because otherwise there are too many pieces. So where do we load the net? We have a preload all, right? And in preload all, we load somewhere. Okay, let's do preload all. Preload all. Okay, in preload all, here for sure we have natural resources, right? We don't? Okay, GG. Let's do natural resources, the table, right? Natural resources, the table. Okay, easy. Select from natural resources. We do it when we spawn them. Yeah, because we spawn, yeah, okay, fine. Well, which I like and don't like at the same time, but let's say that we cannot change this. It's too ingrained into our code. I mean, this, yeah. Yeah. But is this wait, is this the only place? No, it's not. Okay. That is the other. Yeah. This is the right. This is the real. Because there we are spawning the one that needs to be spawned, but here we actually load the ones. Yeah. Here. Here is the right place. Here is the right place. So with the new table, so we have to change this structure, and this structure will have to be different because this structure at the moment is having only the item, the item reward ID, the reward ID, which, by the way, I don't know why we don't keep the pointer to the object. That is so stupid, but anyway, because we have the object, we have 100%, we have the object, but so we keep the ID and then we search the object for ID, which is super fast because anyway it's an hash table, but still, you know. Okay, so basically here, I'm just adding some comments because okay, so so here I will have to read the additional table for multi item areas. At the moment it's only fishes, right? So basically here I will have to read the new table, which is this one that we created, right? Natural resource fishes, where the ID, right? The ID is this ID. So here we basically have to do the same as this. For each, for each, absolutely, for each. So this will be called result multi-item, and this will select from natural resource fishes, fish, and my res multi-item. So we'll check obviously if it's valid. If it's not valid, no problem. If it's valid, why is it complaining about this? Because there is already. Thank you. Yeah, but we need to do a where ID. Wait a second. Let me just see. Let me just search how I do it when I have a parameter. I do it with an ftext printf. Okay, that's nice. If this works, that's fantastic. Where my ID is this ID, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we basically joined the two tables now. We joined the two tables where the ID is that ID. So for my resource 77, I will now read these two lines, right? The carpfish and the lionfish. So now we have multi. Now the only problem is where to store this data, because my natural resource at the moment is not capable of that. right? Is not capable of that. Is not. And what I have to store for the fishes is quite a bit of stuff, right? So I have to store all of this. I have to store the probability, the skill level. So I need a struct, right, which is all of this. And definitely cannot fit into this struct, right? So it needs to be a struct of a struct, but it's fine. Do we want to have it as a pointer to that or not? Well, we will not reuse that because it's unique, right? Is it? Yeah, it is. So if you have three lakes, with the same, if you have three lakes with the same distribution, which obviously may happen. Anyway, in the database, I need to specify it again. Unless we make it different and we make it in groups and then I reuse the group. There could be a way. Do we want to do that? So like you have a definition, right? It says this is like profile, you know, profile 1, whatever, profile lake 1, right? And then you can reuse this profile lake 1 multiple times in different lakes. Is it something that we need or not? Because at the moment, the way I did the database, it doesn't work that way, right? The link is the natural resource ID, which is the lake, and then you have multiple lines. And so if I have two lakes with the same distribution, I will have to repeat, right? I will have to repeat all the lines for the other lake. That's kind of a good point, right? Because if you have like 20 rivers in the future, maybe the world expands a lot, right? And you have 20 rivers, you want all the rivers to have exactly the same thing, and you have to repeat like a boss. It's probably not the best, right? Yeah, I think it's probably better if I have the profile, yes. It's better if I have the profile. The only problem is that if I have the profile, right, and I can assign the same profile to multiple lakes, they will all be the same. But yeah, I think it's a handy tool. Yeah, it's a handy tool. I think we should think it this way. Yeah. So what I did here is wrong. Okay. So if you want to think it this way, though, I need two tables. Fuck. I need two tables. Fuck. Because I need the table with the join between the 77 and my profile lake 1, and then I need a table of profiles. Because even if I add here, well, I can make the ID non-unique, right? So that the ID is basically the group ID. And so, I mean, it's similar to what we have in no. But yeah, but basically I can make the ID the group ID, right? The group ID. So this will be 1-1, right? This will be 1-1, and I will load. Now the problem is then how do I refer to the natural resource without changing the original table? Do I really put it here duplicated? I mean, that's really bad. I put 77. No, I cannot, because I need multi-lake. No, I cannot. So this column will have to go away. And I will need to specify the group on this line. Yep. I will need to specify the group on this line. So I think we need an extra, this extra info that I was speaking about, I think that we cannot need it. Also here, so if I put an extra info and then we use it as we wish, well, we use it as we wish. I don't know if I like the fact that I call this fishes, because actually I think we can reuse this for multiple things, right? So if one natural resource has, okay, let's try to, I mean, let's not try to solve the universe here, because if I try to make it so generic that it works for everything, then then I will stuck myself. I will be stuck. But in theory, right, this table would be nice if it's super generic, and you can use it for any multi-resource in the world, not just fishes, which at the moment we don't have. We only have fishes as multi-resource, but maybe in the future we will have something else. And instead of needing another table, right, I could just point to the same table from here. So if it's a multi-res, yeah, I think I need a multi-res column that then I have to load, obviously, but this also makes it a bit cleaner, because at the moment the only way for me to determine if there was a group, yeah, it's good. Let's do it. It's good. I like it. So we expand this table. And we add a new column. And we call it what? And we call it multi-res, or multi-item, or item group, used when we need multiple items as the result of the when we associate multiple items to this resource, right? When we have multiple items associated to this resource. Used when we have multiple items associated to this resource. Yeah, I think something like this. And this points to the group ID. I think I will call it group ID, because it's just simpler, right? Group ID in a natural resource. Do we want to call it group and GG instead of fishes? Or items? Items, I like it. Items, we call it items. And this will be just an int. It can be null, right? The default value is, I don't know, -1, whatever. It's not, yeah, it's -1. And this is good. So, okay. So we rename this table. Is no more resource fish. Is resource items. So it's actually a bit generic, right? It's not only for fishes. And here, so yeah, it's the same thing that we have with loot, right? The loot rules are the same. So if I search our loot rules, right? Yeah, our loot rules detail works exactly the same. So you have the ID, you have the loot rule ID. So this is the group ID pretty much. Yeah, the difference that here we have two tables. We have one that defines the name, because we also want to have a name, right? In this case, we don't have a name. Or we put the name in every line, or I create another table, but I don't want to create another table. I don't want to create another table. Fuck another table. I don't want to create another table. We still normalize by ID. Okay, let's keep the ID. So we had a group ID. Okay. No. We had a group ID, right? We had a group ID. Used to group all the items belonging to the same resource area, whatever. That is absolutely not null, and it needs to be at the beginning. Yeah. Okay. So our group ID will be 1. And this one now is completely useless, right? So we can delete it actually. So natural resource ID can be deleted. Wait. Modify table, delete. Okay. Okay. That is kind of good. So I have my profile that I can assign to multiple lakes, which I think at the beginning will be very handy because I will probably do them all identical, right? And it is why I need this profile, right? Because I do it. Now, if you want to have a different distribution on a specific river, you just create a new profile. Ooh. Let me stretch a bit. Ow. Sorry, I was stretching. Okay, so okay. So we have this. And we need to change now, obviously for our 77, right? Will be group ID 1. So this will be the first line that actually has something, right? And it has a group ID, right? This one is a group ID. So with this new database in mind, who's messaging me? Is you telling me that I have my microphone down again? No. Wait a second. Wasn't that 16, bro? Fuck. Wait a second. No, I'm checking something for this afternoon because I have to do something. And I think it was at 4. Now they are saying it is at 5. At 5. Oh my god. So it means that I cannot stream this afternoon. At 5. Maybe it's always been at 5. Ah, no, there it is. Yeah, it was at 4. It was set at 4. Okay, fuck it. Okay, it is at 5. So this after, so it's good that I streamed this morning. So we made some progress here. Yeah, so I'll probably stream tonight then. So basically this afternoon is all fucked for this thing. Okay, fine. I mean, I want to do it, so. Okay, it's fine. So this afternoon I will not be here. I mean, I can be here between 2 and 3:30, but it's kind of 1 hour and a half. I don't know if it's really, you know, the best. I'm trying to get a drop for Rust on this stream. Did I get it? Yep, I got it. There are some drops for certain games that you get only by watching streams, and so I'm watching a stream in the background to get the drop, and actually I got it now. Nice, so I can close this stream. Is there anything else I need to get from the drops? No. Okay, fantastic. Okay, going back to us, I will have to go in 20 minutes roughly, but going back to us, right? What we have to do? So now with the new database tables, right? Obviously the code is going to change a bit because first thing we need a reference to. So we need to load the groups. Do we load the groups? Yes. I mean, the groups now are pointers, absolutely, right? So we don't want that not to be a pointer at this point, right? So we need to load the groups before the natural resources, right? So we need another struct that we will call, what is the name of the table? Natural resource items. Natural resource item. Let's call it the same. Let's call it natural resource items, right? And the description of this is that this guy keeps the whatever I put in the table description. I didn't put anything. GG. I put it in the description of the group. Yeah, this. I think I will put it also in the description of the table, maybe. So usually we have multiple items associated to a natural resource. The group ID refers to the ID in natural resource table. Exactly. Swedish. Why this thing is created in Swedish? Did you see that? Collation Swedish, Latin Swedish. I mean, why the default collation of this database is Swedish is kind of weird. Okay, so usually we have multiple items associated to a natural resource. The group ID refers to the ID in natural resource table. Yup. Example. Come on. Example. Multiple fishes in one lake. Right? Let's go, boys. We have multi fishes, and they are not sleeping. Okay, what do we need? We need the ID. The ID of the item in the group, whatever is. I mean, there is nothing basically. There is the unique ID of this row, right? Of this table. I mean, it doesn't really represent anything. It's just for sake of normalization. Then we have the group ID, right? And this one is the group. I don't know how to say it differently, but anyway, it's the group. There is the group ID. Collects multiple items, right? Then we have the item ID reward, which actually we have here already. I mean, it's yeah, the item ID. Yeah, but I would like to call them exactly the same. Why? Well, item ID reward. Let's call it reward ID. I think it's a bit cleaner. Item ID of the rewards. This one points to item stats, right? Item stats ID. We have the reward nickname. No, I don't think so. Do we need the reward nickname? Okay. Okay, I will keep it, but there is a bit of an old thing, because we were used to fish by or harvest by name, but now is no more a thing. So fine. I can keep it. I think I will not use it, by the way. Probability is actually a float and is by the way, do we have default do we have default values for this stuff? I would say absolutely yes. So this one is I mean, I think we set everything to -1, right? We set everything to -1. I don't know why we don't have defaults in the other, like here, we don't have defaults, but I think it's always good to have defaults. Probability 0.0. Yeah, why we don't have default here? I don't know. Also, why we keep this? I think this table is stupid because we keep the sector ID instead of keeping the actual sector. We keep the item ID instead of keeping the... So exactly. So here I don't think I want the... Here I don't think I want the reward ID, right? So here I want directly the PS item pointer, right? I don't think I want the... Yeah, exactly. I think we can have, because otherwise, I mean, I need to do unless, wait a second, unless this thing is loaded. Nah, this thing is loaded way after the PS item. So so the only point is that work manager, right, needs to be loaded. This work manager initialize needs to happen after I have loaded the items, the base item in the database, but that's 100% sure. I mean, I'm checking it just for, you know, to be 120% sure, but it is... Where the hell is that? I don't see it. It's frozen. Come on, someone is calling this function for sure. Progression manager, pet manager, server manager, slot manager should be around here actually. Spawn rule initialize, new rule initialize. What the fuck? This function is never called, it's impossible. No, here it is. Yeah, exactly. So there is the initialize, right? So we initialize the work manager. Yeah, but ages after the preload all that happens in cache manager. You see is ages, so yeah, easy, right? So absolutely. So we have no problem with that. That is initialized way before. So we can put the pointer to the PS item, so which is much better, so we can directly reference it without probably to get this item from 0 to 1. Okay, so we have the probability. Then I need the skill level. The skill level is actually an integer, I think, right? Because the skill level I think it is. Cannot click on it now, but anyway, it's an integer. Yeah, it's here. Integer unsigned. Well, unsigned. Okay. Rank. So player rank in the skill specified in the natural resource table, because the skill is defined in the other table, right? The skill is defined here in the natural resource table. Here you have the skill level, which depends on the single resource. Okay. So then we have minimum quantity, maximum quantity, which by the way I had already here, I guess. No. What the hell? The quality. The quality. No, I don't think I want to. Well, in theory we could. We could put the quality as well. The quality, not the quantity. Why I said quantity? No, the quality. Yes, the quality. The quality. Why the quality here is one line and not minimum and maximum? That's kind of weird, actually. We need anyway. Yeah, because this new function is a bit more evolved, right? Here the default is 50 because our default quality is 50. So, so it is minimum quality of the resulting item, right? There is maximum quality of the resulting item. Maximum quality of the resulting item. Okay. So we have the quality, then we have the weight, which is pretty much the same. Now I don't know if I want to give a value for the weight in here. This will be applicable only to fishes, by the way. So, but do we want to give a default value? 0.1. Fine. Oops. Okay. So we have minimum weight, minimum scale, maximum scale. Minimum scale, maximum scale. Fine. And I guess the scale will be 1. Huh? I mean, the default will be 1. Okay. So we have everything now. Okay, so basically we have a new structure that can actually keep the multiple items that we are generating, right? That we are generating. Do we want to have a constructor or not? A constructor function. I think it's always nice, but so basically here I will have to do what? So it is not called anymore natural resource fish, right? It is called natural resources items. And the ID is actually not this anymore because this will be the group. So we need to expand. We added a new column here, which is the group ID. Which is the item group, right? Which is the item group. So I think I will put it at the end. Do we want to have the ID again, or do we want to have the pointer to the group? I think it's much better to have the pointer to the group. I don't know why I always tend to keep the, you know, the ID in here. I mean, it's super stupid. Because then we have to, you know, to do it twice. So this will be item group, right? So this points to natural resources items, right? And so and so item group, unfortunately I need to go. Fuck it. Yeah, I need to go, guys. So I will be here. So if I really want to stream more, I will be here at 2 p.m. But I think it's kind of unlikely at this point. I would think about it, but I think it's unlikely. So this afternoon, unfortunately, I am busy with other stuff that I have to do. And so we will see, but then I will stream tonight. Okay, I will stream tonight. So we will see each other tonight at 9 p.m. 9:30. Let's say 9:30 p.m. European time. And we will continue with this, right? If I can, in the meantime, I will try to continue, but I don't know how much I will go further. What we have to do, yeah, what we have to do, we are basically in the middle of this, right? We are in the middle of this, and it is not called anymore resources fish, but it's called resources items, right? Because we just changed this table, but I mean it's not a big deal, but just to have it right. Yeah. We made progress. We are continuing this thing. So thank you for watching. If you want to leave a follow, that would be very appreciated. Also, if you want to leave a subscribe on YouTube, will be appreciated. Remember that our game is actually released and you can play it right now. The server is up. People are playing it. So you just go to our website, click on download now, and you can play it for Windows, for Linux, and for Mac. And I will see you tonight at 9:30 p.m. European time. Bye bye. See you.